set stage, for this conversation, because the goal here is to take a look, anticipate the coming Christmas and see whether or not it can still be a cheerful one. When we say Christmas, we say spread the cheer, right? So considering the economy, can we still spread the cheer against the backdrop of all that you've discussed with us and the fact that years back, when you look at the economy, yes, we say that things are not as good, but people might tell you today it's worse. So in spite of all these realities, can we still spread cheer, come Christmas this year?
Thank you very much. No matter what we are going through, considering the political and prevailing economic situations of the country, whichever way applicable, it is cheerful. It is cheerful because it gives us a ray of hope. And that is why the Bible says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may know that which is acceptable and perfect will of God. But you cannot understand the cheerfulness aspect without having the Spirit of God. Because if you are to look at the prevailing situation of the country, it is cheerless. It is cheerless. It is tearful. It is even teary. See, people don't travel like before. Look at the economic implication. People don't travel like before. From here to Ajah in Lagos is 7,100 naira. 7,100. That 100 naira is for Agbero, tout. Then from here to Oshodi. Last year, from here to Ajah, Iwo Road to Ajah was 35. But this year is 7,100 naira. Double. From here to Oshodi, this money, it was 4,500. Last year, it was 2,000 naira. How do you tell me it is cheerful? Economically, politically, it is not cheerful. But spiritual, spiritual aspect is a thing of mind. It is what? Look at what we are sharing together. Bible says it is the spirit that quickeneth the mortal body. Because these days, our head is not swollen because our pocket is empty. Are you getting what I'm saying now? And if your head is swollen, your pocket is empty, your head will come down to the normal size. You understand? Many of us were afraid to go to our wife, to sleep with our wife, because we know the implication these days. Because, of course, do you understand? Because they do one leg, do you understand? It is cheerless. But as children of God, we cannot do because of the economic situation of the country now. Do you understand? And say, look at the killing of chicken. The feed of chicken last year was 15,000 naira. This year is 27,000 naira. A chicken was sold 6,000, 10,000 naira last year. This year, the least chicken you can buy is 25,000. 35 if you want to eat well. 30, 40. And that 30, 40 was what we used to buy goats last year. So now, many of us, Christmas. Christmas is different from all festivals all over the world. Do you know what they do at that point in time? It is not even the eating we are talking about. It is the time you meet with your friends, you relate with people, you talk about people, and you give charity to people. But these days now, it's very, very difficult. So that is the cheerless aspect of it. But it is worth sharing. It is worth celebrating, because there was a time somebody came to die for us, to save us. So we are looking at the spiritual aspect. If we are to look at the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect, they are bipolar in opposites. They are bipolar.
So we can actually say 2024 Christmas is both cheerless and cheerful, depending on what particular angle you're looking at it.
The kind of mind you have. For me now, I'm in the festive mood. Because when Jesus appeared before Pilate, Pilate said, "Are you the king of Jews?" He said, "Look, my kingdom is not of the pattern of this world." He said, "It's not the way the world practices it." I belong to one kingdom now. And that kingdom is what is making me happy, regardless of what is happening around me. Happiness is a function of what happens all around you. Joy is a thing of the mind. The joy of the Lord is my strength, and that is what is keeping us as a believer. But if you look at what is happening all around you, economy is not smiling, my dear brother. Economy is not smiling. Even these days, when people ask you that we are coming to your house to come and do Christmas, you tell them that, look, I'm going to the family house to, and it's an excuse. It's a way of,
escaping.
Of course. So people will say, somebody was telling me, he said, Pastor, I said the chicken. We're discussing it. Back then, those days, chickens will have feed my whole house. People will bring their chicken from all works of. I've not collected any chicken. And I'm not even expecting one because I need to at least feel the empathy of what people too are going through.
But you will agree that in times past, by this time, you know, you would see, I mean,
Ampas.
all over
Yes,
the
give
place.
My dear brother.
And then people cook.
Yes.
And,
And even
go
share
take,
food.
Exactly.
You know, you share food to your
Now-
neighbors. Your neighbors will also bring food.
Bring food
You
too.
go on vacation. You see you see family members that you've not seen all through the year. During that period, you get to see them. Everybody goes
On point.
out. Maybe goes to the cinemas or see movies.
Yes.
Go out. You know, the amusement parks and
Yes,
all of that. You
enjoy
see
yourself.
children.
Yes.
Even you see decorations,
Yes,
Christmas
ma'am.
decorations all around. You know, in supermarkets.
Even in
and all of that.
homes.
But now
It's terrible.
quite different.
It's quite different.
So if this is the reality we have, how do we then spread the cheer? I can't give food because the one I have is not enough. Okay, I can't go get hampers to give to my customers and all those who work together from the beginning of the year, as I usually do. So how do I still? I mean, how am I able to spread cheer to people?
There is this proverb that says there's no virgin in a maternity ward.
Okay.
There's no virgin in a maternity ward. Everybody has been there. It's a maternity ward. So you can't qualify to be a maternity ward. Are you getting what I said? I claim to be a virgin. When it rains, it does not fall on a roof. We understand one another these days. I can still share it. When I get to your house, I will say, please don't do beyond your capacity. Just give me one cook. Let me cook myself. Let us talk and marry. Because now I understand what the situation of the country is, except we want to fool ourselves. So it is still worth sharing. That will not stop me from going to my neighbor's house and talk about